How's that for an iconic grill? Huh? That's the stuff right there. This is 1962 Chevy BelAir, not an Impala, BelAir. The Biscayne and BelAir, I don't know if they were both in 62 or not. This is a mid-level. But anyway, I just wanted to show you guys here that I too use Brenda Knaus at Sandy Lake Implement. So this is here, as I mentioned in the last video, to have a little bit of looky-loo at an oiling problem. Sorry about the squeak. Now if we look right here, we've got the paint on the head. Everything looks just fine all the way up to here. Then it starts looking like it might have gotten a little toasty. Let's see if I can pull that picture up and show you guys what Scott found when he pulled the valve cover off. Let's find it here. There we go. Okay. Now, got a little bit of heat bleed over onto 3, but if we look at this picture, this is with the valve cover off now, okay? Got to get the shadows out of there as best we can. Come on, shadows, go away. Quit. Anyway, you can see the rocker arms on number 1 and 2 cylinders are dry as a bone. They are not oiling. So we are oiling from, get my finger in there, get out of there. We're oiling from this rocker arm bolt back, okay? But that one and that one are not oiling. So I'm going to pull the rocker arm assembly off. It's hydraulic lifter. I'm going to pull the rocker arm assembly off, and we're going to take a look and see if we just have block passages, or if we have a weak oil pump. We'll pull the spark plugs out and crank the engine over to inspect after we pop the rocker arm tube off of there. Then we'll give everything a thorough bath and see if we can't get these front 2 cylinders oiling. It's apparent to me that with the heat on the engine that they haven't been oiling for a little while. Otherwise, overall, I mean, it starts and runs great. I did have Scott oil the crap out of these before he brought them over. He's only about a little over 10 minutes away, so and he had been driving it to and from work, so hopefully we didn't do a lot of damage. So the first thing we'll do when we do dive into it is a compression check on all 6 cylinders. Hopefully we're oiling down low and we don't have any issues down there, just meaning from the block down. But we're definitely not oiling on number 1 and 2, and hopefully it's just a matter of cleaning the ports out. If it is a oil pump change, then we'll yank this little guy out. And by the way, this is a 235. It is the little brother to the 292 that is powering the, yeah, it's real hard to see back in there, but little brother to the 292 that is powering the van. Yeehaw. Got a lot of plans for this one too. Yes, indeed we do. Ow, it's my finger. But at any rate, nice car. take a look, and he's got it locked up. As you can see, he's got the old plastic wrap seat in the front. The back seat is in really nice shape. Really nice shape. It's a good, clean daily driver is what we call it. It's got a CB, has the original AM radio in it. I mean, it's just all original. It does have a tripod gauge, amps, water temperature, and oil pressure. The oil pressure gauge, he said, is around 20 at idle, comes up when he's driving. So it tells me that the oil pump is doing what it's supposed to do. But the main question is, can we get that oil pump to start pumping oil to those front 2 cylinders? So give me just a minute. We'll pop that valve cover off. Alright, as we can see, the inside of the valve cover's pretty clean. And I did have him, like I say, oil the crap out of these. And I see fresh oil right there. So maybe him pouring oil on freed up just this one push rod, or maybe this one push rod was already getting oil. But we're going to pull everything apart. You can see a little bit of crusties right here, and also down here. Get to it again. We can take a look. We can see that this push rod here is dry. So that particular push rod is not getting oil through the push rod from the valve. So we've got a blockage there, but we're going to clean everything. We're going to get everything all cleared out. Hopefully that's all it's going to take. But we've got these two, and these two are going to be our main focus. And then, we can see puddles and pools along the rest of them, but not what I would consider adequate pools. Everything should be pretty wet, and it's not. So that's what we're going to be getting into. We're also going to do a compression test, and we'll do that this afternoon. I've got a doctor's appointment to go to and a little bit of other stuff to do. So, but when Scott gets here, he's going to help me with doing the compression test, and we'll just leave the valve cover off and run this thing over to the shop where all the tools are. Just make it easy. And this is a old style where your vacuum advance is right here. When you're pulling vacuum, the cap, just the cap, while the cap and the base, you see how much movement that's got? When you rev it, that's your vacuum advance to advance your timing. Isn't that cool? They did figure out a way to do it internally, and on mine, on Van's inline 6, yeah, the distributor doesn't rock and roll like that. And then crankcase vent is right here, and it actually vents straight to the ground, so blows just a little tiny little bit of smoke out of it. But like I said, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we haven't done any catastrophic damage to the engine and that we can remedy the issues. That's why we're going to do a compression test across all 6 banks, is to make sure that all of our compression is in line with being acceptable. And we'll do that obviously before we pull the rockers off. But there you have it. Trying to look and see which one of those was dry. Yeah, it's an exhaust that's dry. It's that one right there. That's exhaust on number 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 4 exhaust is dry. So there you have it. That's the wonderful thing that we're going to be getting into, and shouldn't be too bad. It really shouldn't. So hope you guys are looking forward to it. I'm kind of looking forward to it. It's been a while since I've bent over the hood of a vehicle and stressed and strained my back. I'm gonna lay a blanket down here so I can lay down while I'm doing it. I'll probably have Scott hold the camera for me. But all in all, for 1962, it's in exceptional shape. And you can see just tiny little hints of where body work has been done. Nothing major. Nothing major. It has been resprayed, but it's the original color. We don't know if this mirror was added, or I mean, we know it was added, because typically you only had the driver's side. So this would have been something that you would have said, hey, I want a passenger side mirror. Don't know. It may have been added much later on. We can look at the condition of the chrome. It's in real nice shape. Let's look at the other one. We'll also compare the appearance of the other one. Well, they look identical. So they may have been replaced, or they just may be well preserved. The whole car is, you know, crack-free dash. Of course, it's metal, so why would it crack? But it's nice. It's a nice daily driver. It being a 4-door, obviously, you know, everyone wants 2 doors, but the 4-door with the classic slots, yeah. Oh, and Scott, being a printer, made his own center cap decals. He copied it, I think he said, off of the steering wheel. No. Well, he copied it off of something. I don't remember what he said he copied it off of. But even the steering wheel's not cracked. The steering wheel's in decent shape. But anyway, we will get into the whole thing a little better. This has all been resealed because it was leaking. The front windshield is new-ish. Genuine auto glass part, laminate shade, made by AGP. So it is not the original windshield. I think the original was delaminating, and if you don't know what that is, if you look here, you can see this foggy area and where it's yellowed right there. That's 2 pieces of glass with a piece of plastic sandwiched between them, and the adhesive is just separating. But the rest of the glass looks really good. I did drive the car. You have to turn the wheel about 20 times to the left or 20 times to the right, and you have to stand on the brakes to get it to stop, because we have no power brakes and a single master cylinder throwing fluid to all 4 corners. But anyway, that's enough babbling on this. Next time you see it, we'll be over at the shop doing the compression test. And guys, please, fingers crossed, everybody cross your fingers that our compression numbers are still good. We do hear a weird, it almost sounds like a piston is rocking in the cylinder. That will become evident with our compression numbers if we've got a cylinder that's really low, which will mean engine out and on the stand, and pretty much doing a full go through. So hopefully we don't have to go that far. We just want to get this thing back to being a dependable, reliable, healthy little 235 straight 6. So we'll see you guys when it's out in the shop.